What is up, guys? It is Dungeon Master Comet here from Adventures Wanted, coming at you with a pretty short lessons learned video. This lesson is less about a lesson learned for a dungeon master, but more about lessons that players might want to take heed of. No real graphics for this video right here, so instead I'm just going to be flipping through some pages of one of my favorite anthology books, in Necronomicon, right? And as you can see here, it's got a very nice old one indicated here. If I mess that up, please, Lovecraft enthusiasts, don't destroy me. Anyway, we'll just be flipping through this so you don't have to be looking at a blank screen the whole time. Anyway, so this lessons learned is going to be talking about something not that too recent, actually. A session that happened months ago that connected with sessions months in the future from that original date. So when you think about this, if my players are watching, this isn't really spoilers. It's more about a breakdown of something that happened ages ago. Alright, so maybe 5-6 months ago, one of my player groups, one of the strongest at this moment, highest level, involved three major players. One was Mr. Victor Roser. His background was a haunted one. He was the son of a saint that was slain long ago by the god of madness, Mirth, in my setting. And he is on this quest to purge the land of evil, but he's learned not to take things too seriously, and that justice and the power of life, light, and all that is holy is not completely black and white. Another member of the group is Malthran Vermeil, a dwarven hero, a lord of the city of Stalvan within the kingdom of Valarmir. He has multiple retainers, army units. He's gone through a lot at this point. And one more member by the name of Stephen Clockwork. Someone from the almost an Arabian sort of empire by the name of Hakron, right? And his family had died. He had tried to resurrect them using necromantic magics, and now he roams the land trying to find ways to bring them back. So this uncanny band of a dwarven paladin of conquest, a human monster slayer ranger, and a necromancer are wandering about, and guess where? Obviously nowhere else but the Feywilds. They get stuck in there due to a portal trying to seal it, because a Feywild portal had opened up in the forest nearby Malthran Vermeil's stronghold, right? So they had to go and seal it up before the Feywilds, which were the Winter Court specifically, pouring into his city, right? They had to shut that portal down, but they had to shut it down from the inside, right? So they had to wander through the different seasons of the Feywilds. Those are what are essentially the Fey courts in my setting. So they're wandering through the courts, and at one point, whilst moving through the Feywilds, they encounter the Lord of the Hunt, who is also the Lord of the Summer Courts. And in the Lord of the Hunt's courts, he has a very similar domain to a specific demon lord I know, by the name of Baphomet, right? And give me one moment. So Baphomet is sharing his domain. Both of them are about hunting, survival, consumption, right? Whereas Baphomet's more of an evil aspect to it. The Lord of the Hunt is more about a neutral aspect towards it. So because of that, Baphomet's realm sort of slightly bled in to the Lord of the Hunt's realm. That's how I ran it in my game. So Baphomet is there, and while they're wandering through the Feywilds, they're noticing these abyssal rifts. And sometimes, from these abyssal rifts, the demons spill in, sort of getting all their crusty evil demon powers all up in that Feywild, right? So Victor Roser, seeing that there are devils around, he's like, ooh, easy, right? Stephen Clockwork's not too phased. Malthran's like, must purge, right? So at one point, they find and encounter two named demons. Now, when a creature has a name, that sort of means they're like a unique, basically. very powerful, and indeed they were very powerful and unique demons. The first demon went by the name of Bitterstuk, right? Who was a mighty sort of tree demon. Imagine the strength of a stone giant melded into the stealth, cunning, and willingness to wait and patience of a tree, a blood-drinking, body-consuming, growing upon decay tree, right? That took up a humanoid form, often mistaken as a friendly treant. That's how Bursuk gets his kicks. Kishi is a two-headed, a two-headed side demon. Imagine he's got a human face on the front, and on the back of his head, if you pull the hair back, there is a hyena face. Or a canine or almost leonine face there. It's a demon that is more common in Eastern folklore. Anyway, so these two, they were sort of teaming up, and they would be walking about the Feywilds because they sort of look like Fey, and trying to strike deals with other people without not deals. Basically eat travelers by fooling them into thinking that they were nice summer Fae, right? Well, for a while they were doing quite well, Bursuk and Kashi as a duo, getting a lot of food in there, but then, well, the group came about. Victor Acer, Malthran Vermeil, and Stephen Clockwork were able to make short work of them after the Ranger dropped down a magic circle, entrapping Bursuk, and then taking down Kishi with Malthran Vermeil up the forefront, and Victor and Steven sort of backing him up from behind, making short work of the demonic blights that Bursuk was summoning on the sidelines. Anyway, so they take down the demons, right? Not too hard at all, right? So now they wander off through the Feywilds. They eventually close the portal. Malthran City is safe. Everyone's happy, right? Now, what happens is another group in my game, and in case you guys don't know, my games, they have multiple play groups, and all of them are playing in the same world. Another group also stumbles into the Feywilds. Actually, they were in there longer. It's just that they weren't progressing as fast because they were interested in exploring the different aspects of the Feywilds, and also they weren't as high level as Victor, Steven, and Malthran. So this player group, it consisted of a shadow sorcerer that could summon llamas, a very drunk monk, drunken master, a great old one warlock who didn't know her patron yet, but was still very powerful and liked to use her abilities to study and, low-key control people, but still, right? She had a pseudo-dragon named Mushu. And there was also a paladin of vengeance that wasn't too angry at the world. He was actually more playing things more like a rogue almost. Very interesting character. And a cleric of light who, my gosh, just wipes the floor with everything. Every time I throw an AoE encounter, ouch, right? Doesn't work out for me. Anyway, so these guys are wandering through the Feywilds, and they come across the realm of Baphomet, right? And they find in the Summer Courts this great stone maze, overgrown with like this demonic purple plant life that is sort of reminiscent to Feyresness for all you Forgotten Realms folk, right? So, did I say that right? Feyresness? Phase-res? Whatever. Underdark. Undercommon. So the group is wandering through Baphomet's realm, and they strike a deal with the River King, right? Separate from the Lord of the Hunt. The River King is the King of Autumn. And the River King says, okay, I can get you through half the Feywilds, essentially, half the hard part, because I'm the Lord of Passage within this place, right? And what'll happen is, in exchange, all you have to do is pick up this stuff in the middle of the woods and hand it over to Baphomet. Because the River King, he's not just the King of Passage, he's also the King of Deals. And he wants to have Baphomet in his back pocket. So the group unwittingly follows the River King, finds these strange stones in the wilderness, some of which the River King just outright gives to them, and they travel to the maze of Baphomet, and they hand Baphomet over these stones. Now, what these stones are the entrapped essence of Burstuk and Kishi that were left within the Feywilds, because things are weird and strange there, and demons don't naturally go back to the Abyssal Realm when they are taken out in the Feywilds, especially in a rival court within against the Lord of the Hunt. So Baphomet looks at Burstuk and Kishi. He's disappointed with them. He's annoyed, actually, that one of his more powerful, unique named demons would be taken down by a group of creatures. So the one-player group unwittingly allowed for the resurrection of some named demons that came back stronger, right? And now those named demons are on the hunt for Victor, Stephen, and Malthrin. Now the other player group, they will most likely never experience the fallout and the negative aspects of their actions, right? But one other player group, they're going to suddenly, whilst they're taking a long rest, be attacked by demons that know all their abilities, that are more powerful, and have actually brought the heat needed to take down said Necromancer, Monster Slayer, and Paladin this time. I'm going to be releasing this video at around the time where said player group will be encountering these folks. And ooh, they will be surprised, because Burstuk and Kishi brought a third friend. Anyway, just a super short lessons learned video, and the lesson learned here is sometimes when one group performs an action, there is a respective reaction that the world undergoes, and there are always consequences to your actions, even if it seems that at this moment in time there may be none. Anyway, that's all, guys, and I hope you have an excellent weekend. Next video, I'm going to be coming up with a more in-depth lessons learned video, but only after I have that huge event with all my players with like 30 people. Maybe I'll take videos of that too, or pictures, and make a slideshow. To all those people that are here with me and listening to my vids and my creepy music playing on my nearby stereo, have a great day, have a great night wherever you are, and